Hi, my name is Anthony Perone, and here's my headshot and resume. Today I'll be auditioning for the role of the young man in the jury room. How can anybody believe a story like this for 1 minute? There wasn't even any proof that there was poison there.
The nurse thought so.
That was just an opinion.
But Julie had a very good motive. With her aunts and uncle on the way, she received a larger share of the inheritance.
It's bad enough to believe that a girl could have committed a murder in a spur of the moment, but to imagine her as a cold-blooded, deliberate poisoner, that's just too much. And she'd be awfully stupid to think that she could have gotten away with it with something so obvious.
But they were actually sick.
I'll concede this much. Maybe they weren't actually sick. Maybe they hated their niece so much that they actually got sick off of the cookie she baked.
I could brainstorm. Maybe the poison was in the tea. Maybe the butler or the nurse was a homicidal maniac.
No, the whole business plot was against Julie. And the aunt said they told Adrian. We don't even know what Adrian thinks about this. He probably laughed at them.
Whose side are on anyway?
The side of justice, I hope.
Look at this. I'm looking for some subtext. In other words, I want you to think through it. If she has a point, wait before you respond to it.
Okay, yeah.
So that it doesn't seem as though you have all the answers prepared.
Yes.
Right? Because in a way they're trying to work it out. They're trying to determine if she's guilty, why she's guilty. If she's not guilty, what's your point?
Yeah.
Right? So it felt a little bit like you were rushing through it.
Yeah.
Although, you're in fairly good shape in terms of the memorization of it. But just relax it a little bit.
Okay.
Assume that you have maybe 10 hours to deliberate.
Okay. So I restart again?
Yeah.
Do I have to walk
Hit
in?
the door.
Okay, right there?
Okay,
Okay.
let's pick it up from.
Okay. How can anybody believe a story like this for 1 minute? There's not even any proof that there was poison there.
The nurse thought so.
That was only an opinion.
But Julie had a very good motive. With her aunts out of the way, she received a larger share of the inheritance.
It's bad enough to believe that a girl could have committed a crime in the spur of the moment, but to imagine her as a cold-blooded, deliberate poisoner, that's just too much. And honestly, I think she'd be pretty stupid to think that she can get away with something so obvious.
But they were actually sick.
I'll concede this much. Maybe they weren't actually
Okay,
sick.
good. So here's the point which they're actually sick. Oops. I mean, you gotta like consider that.
Okay, yeah.
Because he said, okay, I'll concede this much. So at least he's conceding something. So tonally, vocally, I think maybe we could hear that.
Mm-hmm.
Does it make sense to you?
Yeah, no, that does make sense.
Yeah.
Do I restart from that part, from that?
Just go maybe a line or two before.
Okay. It's bad enough to believe that a girl like this could have committed a murder on the spur of the moment, but to imagine her as a cold-blooded, deliberate poisoner, that's just too much. And honestly, I think she'd be pretty stupid to think that she can get away with something so obvious.
But they were actually sick.
Okay, I'll concede this much. Maybe they were sick. No, maybe they thought they were sick. They hated their niece so much that maybe they got sick off of the cookie she baked.
I had a brainstorm. Maybe the poison was in the tea. Maybe the butler or the nurse was a homicidal maniac.
No, the whole business plot was against Julie. The aunt said that they told Adrian, but we don't even know what Adrian thinks yet. He probably laughed at them.
Whose side are on anyway?
The side of justice, I hope.
Yeah, I was just trying to get a little more music in the voice, a little more musicality in the voice. It's clear that you know what you're saying. I just wonder sometimes it is modulated enough. It's hard, to sound conversational, right?
Yeah.
Just pretend as though you're not in a jury room, that you're just discussing it with Maud.
Okay.
And you have an opinion that it's different, and so more is going to challenge you a little bit. So don't think of it like you're acting.
Okay.
It's you having a little.
Like be chill. Okay.
It could-
Like more but like
What's your first line?
my first line. How can anybody believe a story?
Laugh. I mean, how could anybody believe a story like that? I mean,
Oh, okay. No, I understand.
don't take it so seriously.
Okay.
Just to hear some music in the voice.
Okay.
So it's you and Maud, nobody else is around, and she's giving you this ridiculous.
Okay. How can anybody believe a story like this for 1 minute? There's not even any proof that there was poison there.
The nurse thought so.
Yeah, but that was only an opinion.
But Julie had a very good motive. With her aunt out of the way, she received a larger share of the inheritance.
Yeah, but it's bad enough to believe that, like, this girl could have committed a crime on the spur of the moment. But to imagine her as, like, a cold-blooded, deliberate poisoner, I think that's a bit too much. And honestly, I think she'd be pretty freaking stupid to think that she can get away with something so obvious.
But they were actually sick.
I'll concede this much, Maybe they weren't, I don't think they were maybe actually sick. They hated their niece so much that maybe they got sick off of the cookies she baked.
I got a brainstorm. Maybe the poison was in the tea. Maybe the butler or the nurse was the homicidal maniac.
No, I don't think that. The whole business plot was against Julie. And the aunt said that they told Adrian, but we don't even know what Adrian thinks about it. He'd probably laugh at them.
I'm sorry about anyway.
I hope I'm on the side of justice.
Okay, good. All right. So I'm going to call you back to read this again.
Okay.
The callbacks, among other rules. So maybe look at it again.
Okay.
I try to think in terms of making a rational point about why it couldn't be what she's suggesting.
Okay, yeah.
So so that it sounds a little more like you are putting your points together to convince her. I thought it relaxed in some places, which is good. So just keep working it.
Okay.
So that again it doesn't have that tense
Yeah.
quality to it, an urgency. Remember, in a jury room, basically, you hang out until you come to a verdict. So you have time, right? So we don't want to feel as if it has to be determined in 2 minutes.
Yeah. No, I totally understand.
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.